Okay, so as we know, there are 3 ways to subtract. Right now, I'm going to show you how to decide between those 3 ways and then walk you through each way. So say you have 3 wholes and a half minus 2 1/3. All right, so how you decide between the ways is you look at just the fraction. Okay? And you make sure the first fraction is larger than the second. Well, 1/2 is bigger than 1/3. So I can do it the easiest way. Take my wholes to the side. And then I just have the fractions 1/2 minus 1/3. Okay? So, next step, I turn them into the least common denominator. I write my facts to the side. 2, 4, 6, 8. Remember, I am only going up to about 4. 3, 6, 9. I don't need to go up anymore because the least common denominator is right here. All right. Now, I have to turn this 2 into that 6. So 2 times 3 is 6. Whatever I do the bottom, I have to do the top. Same thing, I have to turn this 3 into a 6. 3 times 2. Okay, now this is nice and easy. 3 minus 2 is 1. I bring back that whole, don't forget it. The answer was 1/6. Okay, now let's do another one. Okay, so let's check. I'm just looking at my fractions. Well, 1/4 is smaller than 1/3. So that means I have to decide between my 2 other subtracting ways. I'll show you the first way. This way is if our numbers are small and easy. We have to first turn the mixed numbers into improper fractions. Improper fractions are when our numerator is bigger than our denominator. All right, 5 wholes. 4 times 5 is 20. So 5 wholes is 20 over 4. So that's how I got it, 4 times 5. But I have 5 wholes and 1/4. So I do 4 times 5 plus 1. 4 times 5 is 20, plus that extra 1 is 21 over 4. Remember, I'm just turning these into improper fractions, so I'm not messing with my denominator yet. 2 times 3 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Remember, I multiply my denominator and my whole, add my numerator. Again, that's because this 2 wholes, is 6 over 3. And then I have my 1/3, which is how I got 7/3. Okay, now same drill. Everything else is normal that we've been doing. Find the least common denominator. If you know your facts, you know it's 12. If not, you write it over to the side. Write your multiples. 8, 12, 3, 6, 9, 12. All right, 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 4 is 12. Whatever I do at the bottom, gotta do at the top. Okay, so both my denominators are 12. Now here's the issue with this strategy. We're now multiplying bigger numbers. If you know your stuff, that's perfectly fine. But we don't want those numbers to get too big. My denominator is now 12. Okay, so now I have to take this. Don't do this in your head, guys. Just take the 3 seconds it takes to write it to the side. Because if you do it in your head, I'm afraid you're going to switch it up. I have 3 cookies. I can't give Miss Profit 8, so I have to regroup. 13 minus 8 is 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. That's the answer as an improper fraction. That is a good answer. A better answer is turning it into a mixed number. So I have 35. I take 12 away because that's a whole. 35 minus 12 is 23. So I have a whole and 23 35ths. Oops. Make sure you don't do that, guys. I have a whole and 23 twelfths. Guess what? My numerator is still bigger than my denominator. So I take 23 out, take 12. I have 11 left over. So that's another whole. I have 2 wholes now. And 11 twelfths. Best answer. They're both worth the same, though. They're worth the same. Okay? Improper fraction, mixed number, but they have the same value. 35 over 12 is the same thing as 2 wholes and 11 twelfths. Just like 21 over 4 is the same thing as 5 wholes and 1/4. Finally, let's do our third way. This third way, I like to save for bigger numbers, either bigger wholes like this one, or bigger denominators like this. There we go. Okay, so I have 21 1/3 minus 3 13/15. All right. I won't want to do 21 times 3 plus 1, 3 times 15 plus 13. That's getting a little crazy. All right. Now, if you would like to do it that way, it's doable, and that's fine. You get to choose. The other option is taking your wholes to the side. Having your fractions left over. Okay, I know 3 can turn to 15. Right here, boom. So I don't have to change that 15. I can leave that alone. 3 times 5 is 15. Whatever I do to the bottom, I do to the top. Okay, I can't just switch it because I like it. I have 5. I can't give Miss Profit 13. I take 1 away from my wholes, leaving 17 left. All right, now this is a lot easier math. 15 times 1 plus 5 is 20 over 15. Remember, 1 whole and 5/15 is the same thing as 20 over 15. (20 minus 13 is 7. And I bring back my wholes. What I do like about this way is you don't have to simplify or reduce after this. Our other way, we had to go and mess with simplifying and reducing, going from an improper fraction to a mixed number. This way, you don't have to do that. All right, so those are the 3 ways to subtract mixed numbers. It is up to you. Always try this one first, but check your fractions. If the first fraction is larger than the second one, this way is the way to go. But if it's not, 1/4 is smaller than 1/3, you have to choose between this way or this way.